Hey there, this is Arthur Hill, Chief Technical Strategist here at TrendInvestorPro.com. It is Wednesday, October 18th, and you are tuned into a video on our YouTube channel. Of course, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button. So today we're going to talk about home builders and a home building stock. And we're going to use an indicator. It's an RSI indicator. But instead of using it to identify overbought, oversold levels, I'm going to use it to identify trend reversals. And we've got a trend reversal in the home builders, and we've also got a home builder stock that has confirmed a double top, and I expect further downside. Let's hit the charts. So the first chart I'm going to show is ITB. And I think it's important when we're thinking about an individual stock that we first start at the top level. And of course, the top level would be the stock market, say the S&P 500. And I do have a bearish outlook for the S&P 500. I've put forth that outlook in Chart Trader in our reports and videos. And I've shown that this bounce that we're getting in SPY, I think is an oversold bounce. And I've put forth a resistance reversal zone to watch and some key levels to watch going forward. So here is ITB. And ITB is in a downtrend. So we can see here, it had a nice long uptrend. We got the indicator here. This is the RSI Trend Range indicator. This is 65-day RSI, but it's smoothed with a 5-day moving average. And when you take RSI 14, that's a short-term momentum oscillator. It goes up and down, above 70, below 30. But if we take a 65-day RSI, it has a much smaller range. Typically, it's going to range from, say, 65 on the high end to maybe 35 on the low end. That's a pretty big range. But when we have that smoothing with it, with the 5-day moving average, I then look for moves above 51 to signal an uptrend. And there we can see an uptrend signal there in the latter part of November. And it stayed bullish. It stays bullish until you go below 49. If you use the 50 level, you're going to get whipsaws. So that's why I put my bullish threshold a little above 50, my bearish threshold a little below 50. And we can see we got a bearish signal there on September 21st, I believe it was, or 27th. On the 21st, we had the support break there with the gap down. So we had a big move. It was a 35% uptrend in ITB from the signal of the uptrend with the RSI range indicator to the signal of the downtrend. Now, before we got the downtrend signal in the RSI trend range, we got a clear support break. You can consider this as sort of a head and shoulders. There's the left shoulder, there's the head, there's the right shoulder, and boom, we broke down and we continued lower. So SPY is up like 2% here in October, but the home builder ETF is down a little over 3% in October. So it continues to show relative and absolute weakness when the market SPY is up in October, and that is a negative sign. So with home builders in a downtrend, I'm more inclined to look for bearish setups in home builder stocks. So let's look at one now. So here is Toll Brothers, of course, a home builder. And if we look on this chart, well, first look at the price chart and see what's going on. But we have two highs in the 84 area. So that's a double top. Now, a double top is not confirmed until you get a break below the intermittent low. And there's the intermittent low around 75. And we got a break with a gap down there on the 21st. So we continue down after that break. And then we got this bounce here in the early part of October. And you can see we have broken support and it turned into resistance. And that is a classic tenet of technical analysis. Whenever you see a support break, then that support level becomes resistance on any bounce. And sure enough, we got a bounce there and we had a sharp decline 4 days ago. So I think this support break is holding. I think it is bearish. And what I think here is we have a sharp decline. We're oversold here in early October and we get this little bounce. I think it is a bounce consolidation within a bigger downtrend. And I would expect a continuation lower. And I'm going to target a move to around 60. And that's the top of this support zone here. You can see we got this March consolidation period marked by the blue shading, and that is the target zone for this decline in ITB. If we close above 75, then I would reevaluate this bearish scenario. And before moving on, there's the RSI Trend Range indicator, and it turned up in December, a little later than when the Home Builders ETF turned up, and it stayed bullish until you can see in the early part of October, it turned bearish. So that's confirming the downtrend and the double top. And if you're interested in the RSI Trend Range, click that plugin link in the bottom right where you can learn more about the Trend Investor Pro Indicator Edge plugin for Stock Charts ACP. So at Trend Investor Pro, we've got two offerings available to you. We've got a system trader offering that is purely systematic in nature. We've got two momentum strategies that trade S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 stocks, as well as a Russell 1000 mean reversion strategy. And they're fully explained, and we're keeping track of these trades and signals. And we also have Chart Trader. And the video you saw today is more in line with what you're seeing on Chart Trader. And I'm gonna go over to Chart Trader to show you what we've been talking about recently. So Chart Trader is published every Tuesday and Thursday, and it also includes a video. And here is what we discussed in Tuesday's report. And I was talking about basically how we do have strength in SPY and QQQ. We have a normal corrective pattern in QQQ with a falling wedge, but I am skeptical of this falling wedge because if you look elsewhere, you look at mid caps here, they're all the way back near their spring lows. You look at small caps, they're about to break to a 52-week low here or down back towards their October lows. If you look at the equal weight S&P 500, it's back near those lows there. It's at the low end of its range. And all three of these are below the 200-day moving average. So you look outside of QQQ and outside of SPY, there's a lot of weakness out there. In fact, 63% of S&P 1500 stocks are below their 200-day moving averages. And that's why I do have a bearish bias on the stock market right now. Now I'm gonna scroll down to the QQQ chart, and I noted that QQQ was at a moment of truth, and I think it is hitting a resistance reversal zone. And a couple weeks ago, I talked about RSI and its ranges. And so RSI has a bull range from 40 to 80, and you can see it's in that bull range from January until August, and then it broke below 40 and started its bear range. And here it hit resistance in that 50 to 60 zone in late August, early September. You can see there on the chart. And then again, we're hitting that 50 to 60 zone here in mid-October, and we're hitting a potential resistance reversal zone on the chart that I explained in the video and in the commentary. So check out trendinvestorpro.com to see if you'd like to learn more about Chart Trader. So that's it for today's video. Again, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and check out trendinvestorpro.com to learn more about our offerings. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll be back again next week with another update. Have a great day.